event to entry the Olympic Games.
Single-handedly bringing skateboarding into the Olympics would be an incredible achievement, but might not seem such a challenge given the life of the man who has become a legend in the skateboarding world.
Danny has had a skateboard in hand since he's been 2, and he continued to skate, and when he was 14 they turned him pro. So as a single mom raising him, I've had to get strong and support him 100% in what he's doing, and it's not easy for a mom to do that, but I knew Danny would make it.
With his heavily strapped ankle, Danny is going to warm up by riding the half-pipe on the landing side of the wall. He's hoping that if he can do this, he should be able to take on the record-breaking jump. In public, the practice sessions seem to be going well, but behind the scenes, Danny's ankle injury might be proving more of a problem than he's prepared to admit. To take on a jump of this size with a serious ankle injury could have potentially lethal consequences. Despite the structural adjustments to the ramp, Danny's first jump doesn't quite make the distance, and he hasn't landed on his board, which is crucial if he wants to break the records. More worryingly, it looks as if the ankle might not be as strong as he had hoped. Still, with 32 million people watching, Danny Way is not about to back down. With his second jump, Danny Way becomes the first person ever to jump the Great Wall of China on a skateboard. He also breaks his own distance world record.
I feel a lot better than I did about a minute and a half ago. So I'm pretty excited. That felt really good. I thought it might, take a little bit more to make it, but that one felt right, so I just said this is the one, we're going to get it,
Some people might be satisfied with 2 new world records, but Danny is still determined to try and set a third record for height out of the quarter pipe. With his confidence growing, he's even prepared to pull a 360 over the wall, much to the delight of the crowd. Despite Danny's showboating for the crowd, the huge strain is beginning to take its toll on his ankle. But he's not done yet. He can't quite make his last record as he currently has to contend with a strong wind factor, which keeps catching him and forcing him to abandon his descent with the board. Finally, after landing heavily on jump number 5, Danny has to quit, with just 2 new world records. Danny, I've been in Beijing for 48 hours and I feel like I've been here for 48 weeks. The tension and the pressure, the atmosphere, it's all been an amazing 48 hours. I want to take you back to where it all started for most people, was that first dress rehearsal 24 hours ago when many of us were thinking it was all over.
You weren't the only one that was thinking that, but you know, I put myself in that situation before. You know, I've had the weight of the world on my back before and have been injured, you know, right before I was supposed to perform. And you know, I feel like the mind is very powerful, and you know, I think depending on how serious the circumstance is, you know, there are some things you can't come back from, but this circumstance was pretty serious. But you know, thanks to Dr. Brian Weeks and you know, the hospital we went to last night, I got, you know, what I needed to get my ankle in a place I felt would have the strength to be able to deliver today. I didn't really know how it was going to feel until I actually started rolling around on the ramp. I just basically had the mind over matter attitude, and I just put my confidence out there regardless of where my ankle was at.
After the warm-up, you had that long, which to me seemed to take an eternity, walk up those stairs, and then you got to the top. 24 hours before, you'd nearly killed yourself, let's be fair. And then what's going through an athlete's mind when you've got to do it again and you're committed?
I mean, I've come so far to make this happen, and you know, to me, there's no other option but to continue. After yesterday, as much confidence as I did, you know, I do have, I definitely was scared today when I walked up those stairs, you know. New skateboard, an ankle that's about the size of a balloon right now. I didn't know what was going to happen, except I knew that I had to make it happen. The skateboard is so much my home that it's weird. Once I put, you know, my feet on my skateboard, it's like it flips a switch in my brain and autopilot takes over. And I swear, I don't know what it is, but I feel like all these things release once I you know, touch foot to the grip tape on the board. I don't know what it is, but it's been like that forever. I've had other injuries that, you know, I could barely walk, but I could roll on my skateboard.
It's been a fantastic finale to an amazing 24 hours here in Beijing, with Danny Wei breaking the world record, flying high over the Great Wall of China. But the real winner here is the sport of skateboarding, and particularly the sport of skateboarding in China. This park in the centre of town will probably be brand new this time next year, and one thing is for sure, skateboarding is now part of the Chinese national culture.